Why does this Python program send empty emails when I encode it with utf-8? Duplicate. This question already has answers here. SMTP-lib sends blank message if the message contains certain characters. 3 answers. Closed 1 year ago. Before encoding the MSG variable, I was getting this error. Unicode encode error. ASCII codec can't encode character, XFC in position 4. Ordinal not in range 128. So I did some research and finally encoded the variable MSG equals OS path splittext base 0 plus text encode utf-8 server sendmail @gmail.com MSG. Here's the rest of the code on request. Def remind _me path time day _freak for file name in glob os path join path docx hash file _count equals sum len files hash random _file equals random randint 0 file _number -1 doc equals docx document filename p _number equals len doc paragraphs text equals while text equals rp equals random randint 0 p _number -1 hash random paragraph number text equals doc paragraphs rp text hash gives the entire text in the paragraph. Base equals os path base name file name print os path splittext base 0 plus text server equals smtp-lib smtp.gmail.com 587 server start tls server login @gmail.com password msg equals os path splittext base 0 plus text encode utf-8 server sendmail @gmail.com msg server quit now. It sends empty emails instead of delivering the message. Does it return none? If so, why? Note: Word documents contain some characters like S, O, G, C, C. The MSG argument to SMTP-lib sendmail should be a byte sequence containing a valid RFC 5322 message. Taking a string and encoding it as UTF-8 is very unlikely to produce one. If it's already ASCII, encoding it does nothing useful. And if it isn't, you are most probably doing it wrong. To explain why that is unlikely to work, let me provide a bit of background. The way to transport non-ASCII strings in MIME messages depends on the context of the string in the message structure. Here is a simple message with the word hello embedded in 3 different contexts which require different encodings, none of which accept raw UTF-8 easily. From me, sender at example.org, to you, recipient at example.net. Subject equals UTF-8 Q H equals C3 equals ABLL equals C3 equals B3 equals RFC 2047 encoding MIME version 1.0 content type multipart mixed boundary equals foo content type text plain charset equals UTF-8 inches content transfer encoding quoted printable H equals C3 equals ABLL equals C3 equals B3 is bare quoted printable RFC 2045 like what you see in the subject header but without the RFC 2047 wrapping. Foo content type application octet stream filename asterisk equals UTF-8 H%C 3% ABLL% C 3% B3 This is a file whose name has been RFC2231 encoded. Foo. There are recent extensions which allow for parts of messages between conforming systems to contain bare utf-8, even in the headers. But I have a strong suspicion that this is not the scenario you are in. Maybe tangentially see also https en.wikipedia.org/wiki/unicode_and_email. Returning to your code. I suppose it could work if base is coincidentally also the name of a header you want to add to the start of the message, and text contains a string with the rest of the message. You are not showing enough of your code to reason intelligently about this. But it seems highly unlikely. And if text already contains a valid MIME message, encoding it as UTF-8 should not be necessary or useful. But it clearly doesn't, as you get the encoding error. Let's suppose base contains subject and text is defined thusly. Text equals UTF-8, B, H equals C3 equals ABLL equals C3 equals B3 equals RFC 2047 encoding. MIME version 1.0. Content type multipart, mixed. Boundary equals foo. ... single quote. Now, the concatenation base plus text actually produces a message similar to the one above, though I reordered some headers to put subject first for this scenario. But again, I imagine this is not how things actually are in your code. If your goal is to send an extracted piece of text as the body of an email message, the way to do that is roughly from email message import email message body underscore text equals os path splittext base 0 plus text message equals message dot set underscore content body underscore text message subject equals extracted text message from equals u@example.net message 2 equals me@example.org with smtplib smtp.gmail.com 587 as server hash smtplib setup login authenticate server send underscore message. This answer was updated for the current email library API. The text below the line is the earlier code from the original answer. The modern Python 3.3 plus email message API rather straightforwardly translates into human concepts. Unlike the Oder API, which required you to understand many nitty-gritty details of how the MIME structure of your message should look. From email MIME text import MIME text body underscore text equals os path splittext base 0 plus text sender equals u@example.net recipient equals me@example.org message equals MIME text body underscore text message subject equals extracted text message from equals sender message 2 equals recipient server equals smtplib smtp.gmail.com 587 hash smtplib setup login authenticate server send mail from 2 message.as underscore string. The MIME text invocation builds an email object with room for a sender, a subject, a list of recipients, and a body. Its as underscore text method returns a representation which looks roughly similar to the ad hoc example message above, though simpler still, with no multipart structure, which is suitable for transmitting over SMTP. It transparently takes care of putting in the correct character set and applying suitable content transfer encodings for non-ASCII header elements and body parts. Payloads. Python's standard library contains fairly low-level functions, so you have to know a fair bit in order to connect all the pieces correctly. There are third-party libraries which hide some of this nitty-gritty. But you would expect anything with email to have at the very least both a subject and a body, as well as of course a sender and recipients.